right, so good morning. My name is Miss Wood. I'm one of the counselors here at the high school. And today, myself and the other two senior counselors, Miss Williams and Miss Soto, are visiting the senior English classes. And so we have given each of you a senior handbook, and we're going to take the next class period to go through the whole thing with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop me, ask questions. I am going to ask you here in a little bit. We're going to highlight some things. We're going to fill some dates in. And so hopefully whenever you leave here today, you will have some information that will help you as far as whether you're planning to go to college, whether you're planning to go into the military, or whether you're planning to go into the workforce. And so let's go ahead and open up that senior handbook. The very first page that you come to is a planning guide that just has the list of all of the counselors. Our emails are included there, and I will tell you that I cannot stress enough how important it is going to be this year more than ever that you please always check your Bronco mail. You need to check it daily, every couple of days, weekly. Be sure that you're checking your Bronco mail. That is how we are going to communicate with you. Most of you or all of you have already received several emails from me regarding all kinds of senior information. That is how we will send out information regarding dates, events, different deadlines, scholarship information, and so please pay attention to your Bronco mail. Also, you see our emails are listed here as well. Throughout the year, if you have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to email us and we'll be happy to try and help you. And email is going to be the best and quickest way to reach us. If you'll go ahead and turn the page, we're going to look at the important dates that are here. You will notice that there are some blanks, and that is because when we first printed these, we did not have some of our dates confirmed. We now have some of those confirmed, and then there's still some that are still pending. And so as we confirm those dates, we'll send that information out to you. But let's look at the first thing listed here. Most of you know, in order to apply to college, you have to complete an application. And so the first thing that you see listed here is Apply Texas Application. And it's listed under September, but it's actually going to move to October. If you will please write in October 5th through the 7th. October 5th through the 7th is going to be an opportunity for you to complete your Apply Texas application. Now, this is the application that you use to apply to most all colleges in the state of Texas. The good news about that is you can complete one application, and you can use that same application to apply to multiple colleges. And so you're not having to complete 10 and 20 and 30 different applications, not that you would anyway. But the good thing is you can complete one and then use that same application for multiple colleges. So we are going to ask that all of you will complete an application and apply to Lee College. Doesn't mean you have to go to Lee College, but what that allows is it allows you to generate a Lee College student ID so that you can then take the TSI assessments for free here at the high school. And we'll talk about those TSI assessments here in just a little bit. Again, doesn't mean that you're going to Lee College, it just means that you will get an ID so that you can test for free. Again, those dates are October 5th through the 7th. The next thing that you see there is completing the senior survey and the senior name check with the counselors. Those dates are September 28th through October 2nd. September 28th through October 2nd. And for those particular dates, we are actually going to set up down here at the end of the 300 hallway, and we are going to be available with Chromebooks, and your teachers are going to send you out into the hallway, and you're going to complete it's a quick little survey, it won't take long at all. And you're also then going to check your name, your first, middle, and last name for your diploma. Believe it or not, we order those diplomas very early. And so we want to make sure that we've got the right name on there. So when you display that at home, it looks good. So those of you that are remote learners, we will send you the Google form that to complete the survey through your Bronco mail. So you will receive a link in your Bronco mail, and you will be able to log on, and you will be able to complete the survey as well. And so, again, that's happening September 28th through October 2nd. Moving into October 6th and 7th, please highlight that. That is senior cap and gown pictures. You want to make sure that you come to school looking your best that day. For the remote learners, Miss Schroff is the one who is in charge of senior pictures this year, and she will be sending out an email to you with information on how we will handle our remote learners and their senior pictures. The next thing that you see there is FAFSA night. This is one, if you want to put TBA, to be announced. This is still pending. We are waiting to hear back from Lee College. This is, FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. So any of you, and we encourage all of you to complete a financial aid application, no matter what your plans are. And so we are going to have a night here at the high school where Lee College financial aid advisors come, and they will work with you and your parents in the computer lab and help you complete that application. Now, of course, we'll follow all of our social distancing and our safety protocols, so there will be limited seats available. However, you also see there it says through Zoom meetings as well. The Lee College Opportunity Center, and there's more information in the back of your handbook, but they are willing to host Zoom meetings, individual Zoom meetings for you and your parent, and they will walk you through that financial aid application step by step. So for our remote students, that's another great opportunity that you can participate through a Zoom meeting. They have even told us the financial aid application is available to you starting October 1st. They are willing to start working with you October 1st through November, December, whatever it takes to help all of our students. The next thing that you see there is October 14th is our SAT school day, and that is where you can take the SAT test here at school during the day free of charge. October 15th is our college day. We encourage you to wear your favorite college shirt, and that is going to be virtual this year. All of you will have to sign up. We are going to meet with you, give you more information on that. If you're a remote learner, we will send you that information on where you can sign up and how you can participate in our virtual college day. October 15th is ASVAB testing. Any of you that are interested in the military, you are required to take an ASVAB test no matter what branch of the military you're interested in joining. And we do administer the ASVAB test here. You can sign up with Ms. Jacobs. The next date that you see there, if you will please fill in, October 29th is the Senior Transition Seminar here at Dayton High School. Again, October 29th is the Senior Transition Seminar. For those of you face-to-face, it will be here in the Performing Arts Center, but we will be hosting it through a virtual meeting up on the big screen with Lee College. So for our remote students, you will be able to participate in that Senior Transition Seminar virtually as well. And so during this time, they are going to complete what is called the PAL, which is the Pre-Assessment Activity, and it is required of all students in order to take the TSI assessments. And we'll talk about those a little bit more here in just a minute. They're also going to share some College 101 information with you. It's just about a 30 to 40 minute presentation. You see November there, we have Apply Before the Pie. November, Thanksgiving, favorite holiday, all the food, all the good stuff. So there's always lots of pie at Thanksgiving time. So that's why we just put that little rhyme in there, Apply Before the Pie. Just encouraging you to start now, start applying. If you're planning, no matter going to a 2-year college, 4-year university, let's get those applications done, get those transcripts sent. Let's get everything done so that you can meet those early admission deadlines. And so that's what that means. If you'll turn the page to December, December 11th, the senior ads for the yearbook, the down payment is due. Then in January, if you will please mark, January the 19th is our next senior class visit. So January the 19th, we will be back in the senior English classes. We will discuss in more detail scholarships with you. We will have your transcripts for you to review, and we'll also complete a final senior survey. February 10th is another ASVAB testing opportunity. So we offer it twice here for those of you interested in the military. And then you see March 4th and 5th, the senior ad final payment for the yearbook is due. And then we get to May. What a busy, busy time and a full month it is. So you see there, May 1st is prom. Please highlight May 6th. May 6th is our senior awards night here. As of right now, it's here at the Performing Arts Center at 7 p.m. And so as you receive different scholarships throughout the year, as you receive different awards, but especially your scholarships, please be sure that you bring a copy of that into the Counseling Center to Ms. Arevalo, because we want to be sure and recognize you and honor you at our Senior Awards Night. You can send that to her, you can bring it by to her, or you can also send it to her through email. So if you receive any type of scholarship, please be sure that you share that information with Ms. Arevalo in the counseling office. As you move down, the very next day, May the 7th, will be Gentech's Decision Day. That is where we celebrate all of our seniors, whether you're going into the workforce, the military, college, whatever your plans are, we celebrate you and celebrate your accomplishments. That will too be here at the high school. Then if you will please write or fill in, May 5th through the 6th is the Lee College Senior Advisory. May 5th through the 6th. This time will be for any student who is for sure going to Lee College. Their advisors will be here, and it's like an orientation time. They'll help you with your schedule, and so you will be given a pass to come and meet with them, and they will get you set and ready to go for your Lee College classes, if you're planning to go. If you're not planning to go to Lee, you will not have to attend that. And probably the biggest date on here for all of you is May 29th is your graduation. It will be in Beaumont at the Montaigne Center at 3 p.m. And then after that time is project graduation. And let's talk a little bit about project graduation. So graduation's at 3, normally lasts about 2 hours. So you have plenty of time to go to dinner, have a good time with your family and everyone. And then later that night around 10 or 10:30, you can come to the high school, and we have a lock-in called Project Graduation. And it's an awesome evening, one last time for you to be with all of your friends. You get to bring a guest with you. And throughout the night, there's tons of food, there's all kinds of games and music and just a fun time. And you're earning Bronco bucks all night long. And then at the end of the night, which is actually early the next morning, we have an auction. And you are able to use your Bronco bucks to purchase things at the auction. And it's things like laptops, Chromebooks, MacBooks, iPads, printers, skateboards, bikes, AirPods, bedding for your dorm, refrigerator for a dorm, all kinds of things, anything you can think of. And so if there's something that you really want to see at that auction, shoot me an email and we'll try to have it there, okay? Now, with that said, the only way that we can have a successful project graduation is we have to raise money. And so we have a PTO, and if your parents, we strongly encourage you to please encourage your parents to participate in PTO. There are opportunities all throughout the year. We will be having a fundraiser. Our first fundraiser will kick off in October. It'll be the end of October. And so we're going to ask all seniors to participate in our fundraisers. There will be various events throughout the year where we might need you to donate items like maybe water or a 24-pack of chips or something. There may be times that we need you to help work an event. You can earn Bronco bucks for all of those things. You can earn Bronco bucks if your parents participate in PTO. Everything that they participate in is earning Bronco bucks to help you, or your parent, or your guardian, or whoever it is that you live with. If you donate an item or you give your time, you're earning Bronco bucks all throughout the year. Then that night you're also earning Bronco bucks as well. So again, just check your emails for more information. Let's get into a little bit of college stuff, if you would. If you'll turn the page, you see there's a planning calendar for seniors. This is just a guide. It's kind of a month-by-month guide of kind of maybe what you should be doing. And so again, it's just a guide for you, something you can look at later. And if you will continue to turn the page until you get to the one titled College Days. Now this looks a little different this year because most of the time as seniors, you get 2 college days. You can take those back to back. You can take one in the fall, one in the spring, completely up to you. And that is a time for you to be able to go and visit the college and take a campus tour. However, because of the time that we're in, a lot of schools are not offering campus tours. Most of them are virtual tours. So please visit the campus's website. There are some that are offering tours, but they're limited space. So check the college's website, and if they are offering a campus tour and you are able to go, you can come into the counseling office, and all of this is on this page right here. You can come into the counseling office. We have a little notebook where you can sign up for a college day, and you just have to put your name, the date you're going, and where you're going. And while you're there, you get something in writing from the college on their letterhead stating that you were there for a tour, there for a visit, and then that is what you turn in for attendance, and it doesn't count against you. And again, you get 2 college days. But before you just jump off and plan and head off to Sam Houston or Stephen F. or Texas State or UT or A&M, please check the college's website to make sure that they're even offering visits or offering campus tours. Some of them are also going to have Saturday preview days. Now again, that may look a little different this year. A lot of times on Saturdays they try to gear it around a volleyball game or a football game, but because of limited space and things, that may or may not happen. Now they're still probably going to offer some virtual Saturday preview days, and that's a great opportunity for you and your parents to gather all kinds of information about the different colleges. You'll go ahead and turn the page. Probably one of the most important pages in here is the checklist. We have included a 4-year university checklist and a 2-year college checklist for you. So when you get ready to apply to college, there's 4 main components to think about. Number 1 is the application. We've already talked about the Apply Texas application. Along with that is always an application fee. Most of the time that application fee is going to be around $75. And then your high school transcript. You must send in a high school transcript. You can request that through the counseling office at Ms. Levine. We have a form that you fill out. And then the 4th thing is your SAT or ACT scores. And we're going to talk about how that's a little different this year as well. So your 4 main components when applying: your application, pay the application fee, send your high school transcript, and then your test scores. Okay? Now, we recommend that you narrow down to your top 4 college choices, so that, like I mentioned, those application fee waivers are around $75. You do not get that money back, and so you can tell, that adds up. And so, and 2, you want to kind of narrow down your search. Visit those college websites. Look and see if they have your major. Look and see, take those virtual tours. Look and see what it looks like. Look at the size of the campus and see what all they offer. And pay attention to where are they ranked for different programs. If you're wanting accounting, who has the best accounting school? If you're wanting engineering or business, or maybe you're wanting ag, think about what you want to major in and see. Go to those colleges' websites. Visit and look for information. Do they have the major that you want? Where are they ranked? So really pay attention to those things. If you would, let's go ahead and continue to turn the page, and until you get to college entrance exams. And let's talk for just a minute about that. Remember, I told you that it looks a little different this year. So normally, you take the SAT or ACT, and that is a part of the college admission process. Colleges look at those scores, and it becomes part of your admission process. This year, if you will please look and highlight, we have it underlined and in bold where it says test optional. Please highlight test optional, and right below that, please highlight holistic review, because those 2 things are different this year and they are important. The test optional is what is different. And here's the deal. Because you did not have the opportunity to take the SAT or ACT in the spring, they were canceled. You didn't have an opportunity to take either test in the summer. And then for those of you here in Dayton, if you were scheduled for the one in August, it was canceled because of a storm. So you truly, up until this last Saturday was the makeup, you have not had an opportunity to test. And those of you that maybe did take it, let's say last fall, you never had an opportunity to retest. So colleges got together and said, we've got to be fair. How can we be fair? So you can choose test optional, and basically what you're doing is you are opting out of your test scores being a part of your admission. And when you do that, look at the second bold word there, holistic review. You go into what is called holistic review. What is that? Well, here's what it is. They're looking at the big picture. And they want to they're going to look at that transcript. What classes have you taken? We have the bullets here for you. Look with me. They're going to look at what organizations have you been in. Have you been a leader in any of those organizations? Community service, both through things here at school or through things outside of school. Your extracurricular activities. Your resume, you will need to upload a resume. That's going to be very, very important. And then letters of what we call reference letters or recommendation letters. All of those things are going to play a part of that holistic review. And in a minute, we're going to talk about the essay, the Applied Texas Application Essay. When you choose test optional, when you're opting out for the SAT or ACT to be part of your college admission, then also you're going to be required to submit an essay with your college application. It is important that with your essays, your resumes, your reference letters, that is your time to sell yourself. That is your time to set yourself apart. Because when those committees start reviewing thousands upon thousands of applications, they want to know what makes you stand out. Why does A&M, or why does UT, or Sam Houston, or SFA, or Lamar, or Lee College, or St. Jack, why do we want you at our campus? And so they want to see everything about you. So it's important that you share everything. That's your time to brag on yourself. That's your time to make yourself stand out. Because they can look at that transcript. That's easy. Okay, what classes did he take? They can even glance at a resume. Okay, well, what has he done? But your essays, your reference letters, those types of things, that's going to set you apart. Okay? Telling your story, basically. If you look at the second page a little bit, we talk about TSI. And let's talk about that for just a minute. Remember I said that we're going to ask everyone to apply to Lee College so that you receive a Lee College ID. That allows you to take the TSI reading, writing, and math assessments for free here at Dayton High School. It's a great opportunity. Normally those are $15 a piece. The TSI tests are not part of your admission process. They cannot keep you from going to college, but they do measure college readiness. And so they determine what types of classes you will start taking upon entering college. Will you be in a remediation math, or will you be in college algebra? Will you take a remedial English, or will you jump right on into English 1301 or 1302? And so those TSI tests, there's 3 of them. Again, they're normally $15 a piece. You get to take those for free, and then you have that done and out of the way. Right now, tentatively, we have them scheduled for November and then February, but we will let you know those dates for sure. And I can tell you, every year we have kiddos that call us back and say, thank y'all so much. That was all done, taken care of. I didn't have to find a testing center. I didn't have to pay. That was all done for me, ready to go. So it's a great opportunity. All right, go ahead and turn the page. You see a table here that says SAT and ACT at the top. You will notice that the dates at the top for the SAT that are in bold, that is when it's given here at Dayton High School. Notice the deadlines are there for you of when you need to sign up. We also have included the website where you register for that test. Also on the College Board website for SAT, there are a couple of different options for free SAT practice. Please be sure that you take advantage of those free SAT prep or practice opportunities. Then you see ACT down at the bottom, and we have included the website there where you register for that. You will also notice that they have added some Sunday dates. They're trying to give you every opportunity to take the SAT or ACT. Now, even if you choose test optional, and even if you decide not to have your test count as part of your admission, you can. If you want to go in and if you want to take the SAT and ACT and you're a good test taker and you know you're going to rock that test and you want that to be part of your admission process, absolutely you can still do that. But if you choose not to, let that be a part of the admission. We still want you all to take the test, because when it comes time for scholarships and things like that, they will look at those SAT and ACT scores. So it is important that you all still take advantage and take an opportunity to take the test. If you're on free and reduced lunch, then you have the opportunity to have a fee waiver. And if you will simply just email your counselor, we will be more than happy to email you back a fee waiver code. When you get to the payment portion, when you are registering, you can just check that you have a fee waiver, and then you can simply put in the code that we email to you. That way you do not have to pay for your test. We have fee waivers for both the SAT and the ACT. And the good news is, if you qualify for a fee waiver for the SAT, then you also will receive 4 college application fee waivers. So instead of having to pay $75 each time you apply to college, College Board will email you 4 application fee waivers that you can then use when you apply to college. So it has an advantage if you qualify. If you will look now at the next page for admission requirements, as you know, your GPA here at the high school determines your rank. And your rank determines where you fall among your classmates. There are 344 seniors here at Dayton High School this year. And so you can figure out what the top 10% will be. And as you know, if you're in the top 10% of your class, then you will need automatic admission to most all Texas schools. However, if you then go down and you look, depending on where you fall in the rank or in the percent, then you will see what you are required to have as far as SAT and ACT. So that kind of helps you as far as what would be required there for test scores. All right? Go ahead and turn the page. You will see a copy of the Apply Texas application cover sheet. That's just there for you, but if you'll then turn the page, and this is where we have the different essay topics. We have them listed here for you. And so remember I said that when you go through the holistic review, that you will have to submit an essay with your Apply Texas application. And so here is where the different topics are. Most are requiring topic A, where they say, tell us your story. Tell us what you've been through in your life that has made you into who you are today. And this is where, this is your time. Tell us what you've been through. Tell us your story. What sets you apart? This is your time to brag on yourself, to tell something you've overcome or something you've been through, and it's your opportunity to really make yourself stand out with your essay. All right, if you'll go ahead and turn the page. This table that we've included for you that looks like this, it's 4 pages. This is just a neat little, it's organized very well, I think. It's just a neat little table for you. It's in alphabetical order. It has Texas colleges listed. It by no means has all of them, but it's a really good start for you. And it has the college's name. It has their mailing address. It has their web address. It has deadlines on here for you, and it also has the application fees. So you can find some really good information here. The #1 place to look for information is the college's website. You'll hear me say that multiple times. If you'll go ahead and turn through those 4 pages until you get to the page titled Senior Deadlines. Throughout the year, you're going to need letters of recommendation. You're going to need your counselors to fill out scholarship forms, or maybe your teacher to sign off on a form. We ask, if you will please highlight, you will need to request the following. Please highlight 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks. When you ask for a letter of recommendation, it is important that you are respectful of that person's time, and we ask that you please allow 2 weeks, because when we write a letter of recommendation, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a counselor, whether it's an AP, one of your coaches, or whoever it is that you, a club sponsor, it's common courtesy that you allow plenty of time. And then also we ask, if you look right there in parentheses, that you include a copy of your biography or your resume or the counselor information sheet that I'm going to show you here in a minute. That way, I may have known some of you since pre-K or kindergarten, but I may not remember that your freshman year of high school, you played basketball and you were the highest score, you set a school record in scoring or something. Or I may not remember that you were in FFA, or I might know that you're in FFA, but I might not remember that you won grand champion with a project or something. And so it's important when you ask for a letter of recommendation that you include a biography or a resume. And for those of you that are remote learners, that's going to be very important this year, because you might be asking a teacher or someone who hasn't really had the opportunity to visit with you face-to-face to write a letter. And so it's going to be important that they have that resume and they have your information. When we write those letters of recommendation, we make them individualized for you. Again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to help you stand out above everybody. So we make them personal for you. And so we want to brag on you too. So give us plenty of time to do that. The next thing, if you'll please highlight, it says you will need to request the following 1 week in advance. When you are applying for scholarships, every application wants a transcript. So when you come in, and we tell you right there, you request those through Ms. Levine, the registrar. We have a form that you can fill out. You can request 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you need. And then also, you're going to need a personal copy, because in January, whenever you complete the generic application, you're going to need a personal copy of that as well, okay? So again, we just ask that you allow her plenty of time to do those things. Go ahead and turn the page. This is that letter of recommendation information sheet. Now, you are going to complete a senior resume in class with Dr. Wright, but in the meantime, if you need a letter of recommendation, you could go ahead and fill out this sheet, and this is what you can give to your counselor, to your teacher, to your coach, to your club sponsor, when you're asking them to write you a letter of recommendation, okay? Let's go ahead and turn the page. And we've included something here for you, just a little eye-opener on Texas college cost. And we just want to show you, whenever you're starting to think about college and you're trying to think about what's going to be a good fit for you, let's look at Baylor. Baylor's listed first. Look at Baylor. Look over there at that total. And I want you to compare that. Now go down and look at Lamar. Look at Texas A&M, Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston, Texas State, UT Austin. Typically those are between $25,000 and $28,000. So those are your state schools. And so their cost is pretty much within the same ballpark. Your private schools like Baylor and Rice, you see they're significantly more. However, they also have a ton of scholarships that they give. And so I'm not saying that that's not obtainable, but just so you can kind of see the cost difference when you start to think about planning for college, so that you can see that. And like I said, the private schools do have a lot of scholarships. They're very generous with those scholarships, but you do have to meet certain criteria in order to get those. So if you'll turn the page, let's talk about how you're going to fund your education. So if you will please look, the third paragraph, the very last sentence, please highlight that with me. FAFSA on the web can be found at, and they give you the website. Please highlight that website. It is important that you pay attention and that whenever you're completing your financial aid application, remember, free application for federal student aid, that you are on the correct website. If you go to FAFSA.com, it looks legit, it looks real, but it's not. So you want to pay attention to that you're on the right website. Everyone needs to fill out a financial aid application because a lot of scholarships look at that information. And then also, if you turn the page, here's big reasons why. You may qualify, and let's highlight the different types. You may qualify for federal Pell Grants. Please highlight that. Federal Pell Grants, that's money, that's free money. You never have to pay that money back. It is going to be based off of your family's income. So whenever you complete your financial aid application, you will include your parents' income or your guardian's income information. And based off of that information, you may qualify for grants. If you do, celebrate and get ready to go to college because that's free money. That doesn't ever have to be paid back. If you move over to the next page, please highlight campus-based aid programs. This is like a work-study program where you can work for the college and the money that you earn pays for your tuition and fees. And then please highlight the next two, Stafford loans and Parent Plus loans. Now with those two particular loans, again, those are loans do have to be paid back. So absolutely, you may qualify for those. And many students have to take out loans in order to pay for college, but just always remember that they do come with interest, and so that they do have to be paid back. You don't have to pay them back while you're in school, but once you graduate, you do have to start paying that money back. And then finally, scholarships. Scholarships are free money. And so we're going to get into a little bit more about scholarships right now, here in just a minute, but please pay attention. So let's look at this next page where you see that it has FAFSA, scholarships, and the generic scholarship application. Right here at the top, the free application for federal student aid, I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again, is available to you starting October 1st. So you can't even go and fill it out right now, okay? It's available to you October 1st. Please highlight the first bullet that you see there. FAFSA ID, needed prior to completing the application. You must obtain a FAFSA ID. You can go to the website that we've already highlighted on the other page, and then once you have your FAFSA ID, then you're ready to go and complete your application. And this is the information that you will need in order to complete that, okay? Now, again, we don't have the night confirmed just yet, but as soon as we know when that FAFSA night will be here at Dayton High School, we will let you know. And then don't forget also, we have Zoom meetings that will be available as well, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. Scholarships. Please highlight the very first bullet that you see there, college, university websites, scholarship link. And what we mean by that is every college and university has scholarship money to award their students, and they all have a scholarship link. Please be sure that you go to that college's website, you click on that scholarship link. Watch and pay attention if they have a separate application, because many of them do, and you want to be sure that if it is a separate application for their scholarships, that you complete that application as well. And then also highlight right there, watch your deadlines. Every scholarship has its own deadline. Please pay attention to those deadlines, make sure you have everything completed in the time frame that they need. And then for the generic scholarships, that is something that will be available to you January the 1st. We will come back into the senior English classes and we'll talk to you about that. If you'll turn the page, the EOC Educational Opportunity Center, here's the information. If you are interested in scheduling a Zoom meeting for you and your parents to complete your financial aid application, this is who you contact, this is how you do that, okay? They are more than willing. They said they will work with our students starting October 1st through November, December, whatever it takes to help all of our kiddos. If you will then turn the page, you will see a sample of the generic scholarship application. This is the application that is used for all of our local scholarships. We will come back in January, we'll go over this. This is something that you actually complete in the English 4 classes. And so all you have to do is complete one application. You will attach a transcript, a handwritten essay, and your resume. One packet. Once you complete one packet, you will then be able to make multiple copies and then use the same one to apply for multiple scholarships. So that's the neat thing about it. You're not having to fill out a lot of different ones for your local scholarships. Now, if you'll go ahead and turn the page until you get to this section that just says scholarships. Right now, in the Counseling Center, if you'll look up here, we have a notebook like this. Right where you sign in when you come into our office, we have a scholarship notebook. We encourage you to start coming in every week, every couple of weeks, and going through that notebook. And there are scholarships added in there all the time. Right now, Beat the Odds is one that I know off the top of my head that's available to you. If you know that you have beat the odds in some way, if you have overcome some type of obstacle in your life, whether it be a family circumstance or whether it be a health circumstance, and you've overcome that and you're successful in your doing, look into that scholarship. It's a wonderful scholarship. That's just one that's in there right now. If you look here at all the different scholarships that are listed, you will notice a lot of them have websites because a lot of applications are online, especially this year. So you'll want to pay attention to that. If you'll turn the page, so the back of the first page, if you will look at the second one listed where it says the Dayton Classroom Teachers Association. So I'm on the back of the first page, the second scholarship listed, the Dayton Classroom Teachers Association Scholarship. Look at the very last sentence there where it says, to apply for this scholarship, you must complete the DHS generic application available in January. So that is how you'll know which ones are going to use that generic application. So when you come into the Counseling Center every couple of weeks and you look through that notebook, and you don't have to remember this, it's written in the notebook, there's a little notepad. You will put your name and then you will list the scholarships that you're interested in. You will give that to Ms. Arevalo, who is the secretary in our office. She will pull those applications for you, and then you come back the next day, pick up all your scholarship applications, take them, fill them out, mail them in, email them, whatever it is that they're asking. If you need transcripts, come in, request transcripts, however many you need. If you need your counselors to sign off, please be sure, bring us that information. We're happy to help you. We won't do it for you, but we'll certainly guide you and help you any way that we can. Also with scholarships, talk to your parents. Find out maybe a place where they work offers scholarships. Or if you're part of a church, or if you're a member of some type of organization, look at various different scholarships. There's always tons of money out there, okay? That is all we have for you today. I know that was a lot. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact your counselor. via email. It's listed at the front of the handbook. Those of you that are remote students, the handbook can be found in the senior Google Classroom in the counselor's corner. There's a resource page there for you. So we encourage all of you to please take advantage. This handbook is yours. Use it throughout the year, and we hope you find it helpful. Thank you.